Robbinsdale swinging in, and it's a fair ball, and Wyatt wins it. Champlin Park back to state for the third straight year.
Hello and welcome to Sports Jam. I'm Jay Wilcox.
I'm John Jacobson. This week, plenty of highlights from softball, lacrosse, tennis, and more. And we'll talk baseball with the Hopkins Royals.
And in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet a great hitter for the Champlin Park softball team. And we'll get started with baseball. Wyatt is hoping to return to the state tournament for a fourth straight season. The Trojans have been very good at times this season, not so much on some days. They hosted future Lake Conference team St. Michael Albertville in the bottom of the second. Wyatt's Cullen Stamp slices a hit to right, scoring Max McAtee, and the Trojans lead 3-0 after 2. Top of the third, the Knights with the runner on second. Sam Peterson gets the strikeout to end the threat. In the bottom of the fourth, Carter Tibbetts comes through with a 2-out hit that plates Stamp, and it's 4-0 Trojans. But in the top of the fifth, STMA's Cody Kelly delivers a clutch 2-out hit that scores Dylan Hansen and Jared Duda. It's 4-4 in the top of the seventh when a pass ball allows Kelly to score, and the Knights go up 5-4. To the bottom of seven, Keegan Nickel leads off with a long fly ball to the fence. It stays in the park. It's a stand-up double for Nickel as Wyatt tries to start a rally. But the Trojans can't move Nickel around. The Knights get the next three batters to win 5-4. Wyatt did beat Edina on Friday.
Like Wyatt, the Providence Academy baseball team has had some ups and downs and is slightly over 500 for the season. Lions were at home to take on Mounds Park Academy. Good pitching duel most of the night. MPA's J.D. Ogden gets a strikeout to end the second inning. He'll score after 2. Top of the fourth inning, lefty Riley Schrader fans the Panthers hitter. The game remains scoreless after 3.5 innings. But the Lions get the bats going in the bottom of the fourth. Will Reschenberg hits one deep to the corner. MPA's right fielder knocks down the 325 sign as he picks up the ball. Hunter Keel slides in with the first run of the game, scoring all the way from first base. Later in the inning, Zach Giesler singles sharply past first and into right. Max Anderson comes in to score, and Providence leads 3-0. Then Thomas Villafana chops one off the pitcher. That allows Giesler to score as Providence puts up 4 runs in the inning to lead 4-0. And Schrader does the rest. He fires a complete game one-hitter and strikes out 11. The Lions win 4-0. They lost to Minneapolis Academy and then had 2 postponements later in the week. Even in our short spring seasons, a slow start doesn't have to doom a team to a bad season. The Osseo baseball team lost its first 5 contests, but the Orioles have been much better since then. They face Park Center. Osseo on the board as Jake Contreras grounds to second, the throw to second, a little off target and gets away. That allows A.J. Valeri to score in the top of the first, and it's 1-0 Osseo. Same inning, Osseo's Matthew Kitzman drops a single on the left. Lucas Partnan scores to make it 2-0 Orioles. Still in the first, John Klein drives it to right just over the outfielder's glove. Turns into a triple to score a pair of runs, and Osseo puts 4 on the board in the first inning. Walker Hultgren does good work on the mound, keeping the Pirates in check. And he'll get a strikeout here. And Hultgren does a nice job fielding his position, coming off the mound to field the dribbler and get the batter at first. Still 4-0 Orioles after 4. Down 4-1 in the 6th, Park Center's Matt Dobler rips a base hit past the shortstop and into left field. Jackson Dwyer scores in the play, and it's 4-2 through 6. Hultgren finishes the job on the bottom of the 7th inning as he pitches a complete game for a 5-2 win. The Orioles lost to Maple Grove but beat Spring Lake Park later in the week.
After winning the state Class A title last season, things have been much tougher for the Heritage Christian Academy baseball team. They face Columbia Heights on Friday in Hamel. In the top of the first, Columbia Heights, Josh Deal lines it off pitcher Bryce Boyle and it deflects toward the shortstop. Aiden Smertnick scores to make it 2-0 Highlanders. In the bottom of the third, the Eagles come back. The third baseman can't squeeze the liner by Boyle. It gets down the left field line. Josh Lightoller scores as Heritage ties it up 2-2 through 3 innings. In the fourth, with Heights up 3-2, Aaron Severson lines a single to right to bring Carter Helmers and Connor Haig around to score. The Highlanders go up 5-2 after 4 innings. Back comes Heritage again though in the 5th. Boyle lines a hit to right. Steph Sawtell scores. Caden Richards is held at third, but Richards scores moments later on an errant pickoff try, and the game is tied up at 5-5. The top of the 7th, Columbia Heights regains the lead as the throw to third on a steal attempt is wide of the bag. Isaac Becker scores to give Columbia Heights a 6-5 lead. Ben Rogotsky singles in another run as the Highlanders get 3 in the 7th to win at 8-5, and Heritage did come back with a win over Pact on Saturday.
The state True Team track and field meet is Friday and Saturday at Stillwater Area High School. Wayzata will be represented in both the girls and the boys meet. The Wayzata boys totaled 1,174.5 points to win Section 7-3A. Hopkins finished second, less than 100 points behind the Trojans, with Eden Prairie in third. Hopkins' Joe Fonbla set a new state record in the 100-meter dash, winning in 10.23 seconds, breaking the mark of 10.36, held by Armstrong's Evan McClellan, set 3 years ago. The Hopkins boys team also qualified as a wild card entry. The Wayzata girls also won Section 7-3A with 1,135.5 points, well ahead of runner-up Eden Prairie. Hopkins finished 5th. The state True Team meet for the largest enrollment schools is on Friday, while Class A and 2A teams will compete Saturday at Stillwater. Always great meet, Jay, and Wayzata great run, and boys at the True Team, they've won 6 state titles in a row.
Yeah, they put a lot of emphasis on that meet, so they're all jacked up and ready to go for that. Next up, highlights from lacrosse, softball, and boys tennis when Sports Jam continues. Welcome back to Sports Jam.
We are still a couple of weeks out for the start of the playoffs for high school lacrosse. One local team hopes to make a strong push into the postseason. Breck is having a good year. They hosted Holy Family with the Mustangs, looking for their 8th win in their first 9 games. Philip Ahrens gets free for the Mustangs, shoots and scores just over 90 seconds into the game to make it 1-0. Nice passing play here by Breck. Michael Johnson to Cormac O'Neill sets up Dylan Vincent in front for the goal. Mustangs lead the Fire 3-1 after 1 quarter. Second quarter, Derek Turner gets loose, and he'll take this one himself, going low with his shot into the Holy Family net. Breck has a 4-1 lead. Ahrens passes over the head of a Holy Family defender to Vincent, who scores his 2nd goal of the game to put the Mustangs ahead 6-1. Second half, and watch the behind-the-back shot at Breck's number 22, Gunnar Evenstead. Great play by the junior. His goal makes it 8-1 Breck. They go on to beat Holy Family 11-3. In girls lacrosse, the Osseo Park Center team was looking to break a losing streak when they played at home against winless Irondale. Early first half, OPC's number 11, Lariah Boone with the ball, passes to Grace Holton. She scores to open the scoring, 1-0 OPC. Later, it's Boone taking it herself and going in to score. The Crocs are ahead 3-1. OPC continues to stretch its lead. Isabel Cronin curls her up from behind the net, 5-1 OPC. Riley Haug on the run goes low with her shot here, and the Crocs are up 8-2. Irondale pulls within 4 goals early in the second half of this one. Catherine Gunderman's goal makes it a 10-6 game. That's as close as the Knights get. Sonia Combs scores from the free position to give her team a 13-7 lead. OPC scores a season-high 18 goals. They defeat Irondale 18-11.
The Breck girls lacrosse team is having a very strong season, with their only loss coming against top-ranked Eden Prairie. The Mustangs expected to get a tough test, though, when they met up with neighbor Benilde St. Margaret's. The host Red Knights start fast. Zila Gunvalson to Maggie Anderson for the goal, as Benilde takes a 3-1 early lead. Breck storms back. Polly Burns scores from the free position. Breck gets 3 in a row to tie it 4-4 at the half. To the second half, and after Breck scores, Benilde gets 3 in a row. Piper Elan with her 2nd in a row to make it 7-5 Benilde. Breck, though, comes up with the next 4 goals. Natalie Ott finishes the nice passing sequence with her 4th of the game. The Mustangs go up 9-7. Benilde gets 3 straight though. Maitland Luxon scores from the free position for a 10-9 lead with just over a minute left. But while shorthanded, Rex Ott scores from the free position, ties it at 10-10 with 17 seconds to play, and in overtime, Eloise Cherian has plenty of room and she buries the game winner. Breck escapes with an 11-10 win.
Regardless of the team's records, it's usually a good game between Maple Grove and Osseo in softball. Teams split their 2 games a year ago. This year, the team's regular season meeting took place at Osseo Senior High. Top of the first inning, Crimson catcher Sophie Cohane floats a single over third base and into left field. Jade Tomaszek comes in to score, and it's 1-0 Maple Grove. Second inning, Maddie Doyle up for the Crimson. She grounds to second. Doyle may have beat this one out anyway, but the ball is bobbled and everyone is safe on the play. Sydney Hockett scores. It's 2-0 Crimson. Osseo gets runners to second and third base with 2 outs in the Orioles' second inning, but Maple Grove pitcher Ava Duick gets one of her 9 strikeouts to end the inning and keep the score 2-0. Top of the third, Duick leading off, and she lines one that gets out in a hurry, clearing the fence for a home run. It's her 10th home run of the season and puts Grove up 3-0. They'd add one more in the 5th, and Duick throws a shutout as Maple Grove blanks Osseo 4-0. Following a win over Blaine later in the week, Crimson is now 15-2 on the season.
Wayzata softball team's had a slow start to the season, but they're looking to build some momentum later in the schedule. They took on Minnetonka in a late conference battle in Plymouth at Wayzata High School. Bottom of the first inning, Wayzata with the bases loaded. Mackenzie Murray's fly ball is deep enough to score. Alexis Olfke tagging from third for a 1-0 Trojans lead. In the top of the third, the Skippers with runners on second and third. Amelia Christensen snags the line drive to end the threat. Wayzata goes on to win it 5-3 for their first late conference win this season.
A share of first place was on the line in MCAA softball last week as league leader Maranatha Christian Academy played host to second place St. Croix Prep. Maranatha strikes first. Kennedy Berquist hits a right field, gets past the fielder. Sammy Nelson scores for a 1-0 lead. It's 2-0 Mustangs after 1. In the third inning, MCA's Chloe Palmer tags one to the gap in right center. A run scores and her triple, and it's 3-1 Mustangs. Still in the third, Berquist's smash gets through the line shortstop. That scores Palmer, and it's 4-1. St. Croix Prep ties and then goes ahead. Annika Berquist hammers it down the left field line to score Lauren Berquist, and it's 6-4 Lions after 5. Then leading 7-4, they break it open in the top of the 7th. Quinn Grace Peterson with a hit to score Grace Klingsporn for an 8-4 lead. St. Croix Prep scores 10 runs in the 7th to win it going away. 16-4 is the final. The teams are now tied for first in the MCAA.
Section boys tennis tournaments get underway this week. Crossover matches between North and West Division teams were held in the Northwest Suburban Conference, and that included Park Center hosting Anoka. At number 1 singles, Chezong Moa serves for Park Center to Matt Orr. Moa delivers a slice backhand, but Orr gets to it and fires a forehand winner. After a slow start, Orr wins 6-2, 6-4. Second singles, and Park Center's Nathan Yang is in the far court. He takes the ball on a short hop and places a perfect lob to the corner on his way to a 6-4, 6-2 win over John Wise. First doubles is a good one. Park Center's Blake Granner and Chi Chang are in the near court. After a net battle, Chang puts the overhead to the corner. They win the first set, but Anoka's Quinn Putt and Michael Goldenstein go on to win the match. Second doubles, and Park Center's Chase Mathis serves. Jordan Tao's overhead is at the Anoka player's feet, but with good hands, he gets the return in. Ben Terzic and Josiah Almquist of Anoka win in straight sets. Anoka wins the match 5-2. Park Center starts section team play on Tuesday, and most of the teams in our area, John, are in Section 5AA, and much of that tournament is this week. And
Wayzata certainly be the favorite in that section to repeat again. Still ahead on Sports Jam, meet a talented softball star who's wrapping up a great career in the Champlin Park program. That's next in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
The Champlin Park softball team is hoping to contend for a section title this year. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet Rebels power hitter and all-around star Holly Blaska. She's without a doubt one of the best high school softball players ever in the Northwest Suburbs. But Champlin Park senior Holly Blaska thinks less about her own numbers and more about what it means to be part of a successful team.
Just being around my teammates. I mean, I've had a blast. We've had great team chemistry every year. I mean, last year was pretty memorable. We made it pretty far into the section tournament, so that was a lot of fun. But just being around the girls has been a lot of fun.
And the impact Holly's had on the Rebels is plain to see for those around her every day.
It's crazy. Like, we all just wonder how she does it, but she does it so like gracefully and so consistently that we just love it. It's super helpful in the games, but it's also like really fun to watch, and we learn so much from just watching her. And I've played with her since I was really little, and now playing with her in high school, it's so much fun to see like how we've grown up.
Once in a lifetime type player. She comes along and works hard, humble, 4.0 student. Everything she does 100%, and it's just great to have her around. She pushes the girls around her to be better, but not in a way which she, it's just through example, through her effort. Our young kids want to be her.
Holly isn't the only Blaska excelling for the Rebels.
Alyssa Blaska hits one to center.
Her little sister Alyssa, a freshman, has taken over as Rebels shortstop as Holly moved to first base.
It's actually pretty cool to get to play with her because I haven't played with her in a long time. Sometimes I push on her, she pushes on me back, but I think we have a lot of fun. It's like we push each other to do better, so it's good. I feel like she has a lot of potential. She's kind of small right now, but she's a quiet leader. I'm pretty sure she leads the team in batting average right now, so she's one of the key players, and I think she goes under the radar a little bit, but yeah, she could be a really good player in a couple of years.
Through 9 games, leadoff batter Holly was hitting .615 with 5 home runs, 12 RBIs, and 8 steals.
That one's drilled the center over the center.
Understandably, teams aren't eager to pitch to her, as shown by the 5 intentional walks and 4 hit-by pitches in her stat line.
It's frustrating because you can't really do anything. You can't create that energy with a big hit or anything like that, but I try to do my best and steal bases and create havoc on the bases, and then hopefully my teammates got my back behind that.
This year, coming in, just to explain to her that it's going to happen. And when it does happen, we need to make sure that you're scoring. Every time they put you on, we want you to score.
Brzezinski, Ashburn will set it up in the middle, and Blaska the kill.
Last fall, Holly joined some of her best friends on Champlin Park State Championship volleyball team. She didn't play much after returning to the sport after concentrating on softball through her high school career. But she says playing as a senior turned into a great idea.
I loved it. I'm so glad I went out. The girls were awesome. It was a great experience. I had lots of fun. I learned a lot of new aspects of the game, and I also worked on many things that I don't work on as much on softball, like just different muscles and stuff like that. So it was nice to see little improvements in other parts that could transfer over into softball.
She just brought a freshness to the team. A lot of our volleyball players, that's what they do most of the time is volleyball, and they're very successful at it. But she brought a breath of fresh air. Hey, I'm gonna work hard at this, and I'm gonna have fun. I know we're serious and we're trying to be successful, but she was able to laugh at herself a little bit, and everybody, hey, I'm not quite at the same level you guys are, but I'm doing well. I'm working hard.
Blaska's softball career won't end with this high school season. She's headed to Miami of Ohio to play D1 college ball.
They have great academics. I love the coaches and I love the campus. When I stepped on campus, I thought it was beautiful. And then some of the girls coming there and the team, they made me feel right at home.
College is fast approaching, but before that, Holly Blaska and her teammates want to become the first Champlin Park team to reach the state softball tournament. The Rebels are 9-4 entering this last week of the regular season after going 2-1 at the Forest Lake tournament on Saturday. John talks baseball with the Hopkins Royals when Sports Jam returns.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. It's been a great start to the season for the Hopkins baseball team. 7 wins in their first 10 games. They've continued to play well in some big Lake Conference games upcoming for the Royals. And they join us now on the show. Let's start with Wyatt Nelson. And Wyatt, tell me about what has worked well for this team. What have you guys been doing well on the field?
Our team's really been swinging at the first few pitches in every count. We're aggressive and we're getting runners on right away and scoring right away. And high school baseball, usually who scores first wins. So.
Did you feel coming into the season that you have this talent and the ability to do well, put up the wins that you have so far?
Yeah, last year we had a few guys go down to injury, and we had a deep roster that year as well. And then this year, we didn't really lose too many starters. We got a lot of young guys like Jake, Joey, and Miles, and our pitching is really deep. So I think we're even better than last year, and we should be able to make a really good push for a state tournament run.
You got some big games in the conference. How much do you guys take pride in those late conference games and trying to win the lake this year?
Yeah, we love to play those guys. We hate them when it comes to the games, and we want to beat them, do whatever it takes to win.
What do you need to do well to keep this run going?
Our pitchers have been really limiting teams to walks and runs. In a few of our games, we've only given up 1 or 2 runs, and that's been huge. And then we can just knock some runners in ourselves. That'll keep us winning. Good
luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Jake Perry joins us now, and what's it like? Why I talked about the pitching, you get to catch a lot of these guys. What's it been like to catch this staff?
Oh yeah, I love catching the staff. They're super accurate, and that always makes it fun for the catcher because you don't have to block as many pitches.
How has the hitting been?
The hitting has been good. We've been trying to jump on fastballs early in the count. We do a lot of situational stuff during practice, like moving the guy over from first when there's no outs and sack flies and that kind of stuff.
Minnetonka's a good team in this conference. A lot of good teams in the lake. Do you look forward to these games you've got this coming week with the Skippers?
Oh yeah, the lake conference games are super fun, super competitive. You get a lot of good pitching. You face a lot of good pitching, and it's fun to play those type of games.
Good luck the rest of the season to you guys.
Yes, thank you.
Joined now by head coach Jason Mihalakis, and tell me about this group and what's made them special.
Just up and down the order, they get along really well. As these guys said, team chemistry has been phenomenal over the course of the year so far. We've been getting really good pitching. We have kind of a big three of Wyatt, Joey Hurth, and Miles Halligan, who've done really well. And then the guys that have come in have slammed the doors shut. Nick Canitz has done really well. Kyle Fiducia has done really well, and Sam Sakink's really closed the door as our closer. So pitching's been exceptional. We have a ton of depth. We've been picking the balls up for them, behind them, playing good defense, and getting some timely hits. So it's worked out pretty well so far.
Section play is a couple of weeks away. Only 6 teams in your section, but there's some really good teams, right?
Yes. Section will be really tough this year. It'll be the toughest in the 3 years that I've been here. Armstrong's a very good team. Wazetta's back and playing really well. St. Louis Park's a good team. And then those Minneapolis schools will surprise you. So it's going to be a really tough schedule in sections. There's no easy wins in there. So we're going to be as ready as we can be to get to that point, but we're looking forward to it.
Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hopkins Royals off to a very good start in baseball. And again, the section playoffs will start in less than 2 weeks. We'll take a break and come back and finish up Sports Jam right after this.
Looking for local? Even more local? CCX Media gives you the option to connect with your community on multiple levels. CCX Create welcomes you, community residents, to connect and experience television in an exciting way. The free TV classes we offer will have you on your way to creating TV, and our wide variety of content can be watched at home or on the go. Connect to what's happening in your community. Visit ccxmedia.org.
A reminder to vote for our Play of the Week. This week's 4 plays are up on our website now at ccxmedia.org. Go to the CCX Sports Play of the Week under the Sports tab on our website and vote for your favorite play, and we'll announce the winner on the May 20th edition of Sports Jam. And here's last week's winner. Ben Palmer's towering 2-run homer for Totino Grace helped the Eagles to a 10-2 win at Champlin Park. Palmer had 2 hits and scored 3 runs in the game. Thanks to all who voted.
Our game of the week is a doubleheader in lacrosse. Hopkins hosts Wayzata in 2 Lake Conference matchups. The games are this Thursday and can be seen live on CCX 1 and online at ccxmedia.org. The girls play at 5:30 and the boys at 7:30 p.m. And that will do it for this week's show.
Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time here on Sports Jam.